What is that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're into the madness. Kamikaze Visual Production. Sammy, Sean Powell, Sheldon.
I knew she liked me, I kinda dig it, so I did my thing for her. She joining with me, now we getting groovy, hotter than jacuzzi. So shorty, won't you slow it down? See them other fellas, and I ain't hating. They try to do it like me, it ain't the same. Front to back, shorty, side to side, and lean with it. With a soldier now, cause it's real fly girl. You should come to my crib, yeah. Mommy, go flip on me, you with me, I'm keeping with you. Should be my girl, yeah. You should be my girl.
Hey, it's your girl Nay coming to you with another episode of As Told by Nay, the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's talk about it. What's up? Happy Thursday and another one. So we be having people that be coming on my show that love to talk junk about Sammy, right? Why you playing Sammy? Is that Sammy? But then the whole time it bopping.
Yeah, that's what
be over here bopping because it's a bop.
The music good.
It's a bop.
Yeah, the music good.
It's a bop. Real quick, I cannot believe that I did 4 shows this month and did not one time mention that it was Black History Month. Slacking. I realized that on my drive over here, like, dang, I never even. So let me just take the moment right now to say big ups. Happy Black History Month. Black History 365, but you know, we do acknowledge Black History Month in February. Hope everybody's February was great. Been so focused on relationships and love and connections and all that and missed the whole black on black. Don't make no sense. So there's that. Sitting here with Mr. Sheldon. He's gonna have this dialogue with me the last Thursday of the month. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this whole segment about relationships and connections. If I had to give tonight's conversation a title, I would title it Wife Me. And we're going to get into what that is about. We've had this dialogue many times before, so we're going to bring it to you guys. And get y'all feedback on it. So make sure y'all are in the comments, please and thank you. Ladies, please check in. Because I feel like the fellas is about to, y'all been pouncing on me all month. They would say I've been male bashing, that I'm just so acting like I don't understand what's going on. Okay. That's why I try to make sure. Me. Y'all know I'm a relationship guru though. Been that. And he hitched. The love doctor.
No,
so we're going to talk about
the love doctor.
We're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, true as told by Nate Fashion, go ahead and let us know what we toasting up to tonight.
We're going to toast to real love, right. Black love.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely here for that. Ooh, y'all know what I normally stick to, but every time I have a male on here, they be acting like they don't want to drink Malibu with me. So I be having to switch it up. Oh, that was a little, all right.
Keep a little burn in your chest.
You know, I ain't got no endorsements, but oh, y'all can't even see the bag. It's blending in with the background. Okay, forget that. Anyway, Wife Me. We're going to get to that in a minute. Let me do these excuse me, come again questions. You did not get to prepare for this, but answer is honestly and, you know, as real as possible. Question number 1. Put these people in order because I know you have a son. Mm-hmm. So, son, baby mother, wife, your mother. Who comes first? who comes second, third, and fourth. How does that lineup go in your life as a man?
Do I get to delete any?
Oh, no, because even if you're not with your child's mother,
Mm-hmm.
that's still a situation like she's a part of your family, disconnected because y'all share a child.
Well, how you know I was referring to her? No, I was just playing. But so of
Because
course,
who else we deleting?
Because of my religious views or whatever, your wife is first,
Okay.
my son,
Okay.
and my mother, and then his mother.
So your wife is first.
Yeah.
Your son,
Mm-hmm.
his mother, or your mother,
My mother.
then his mother.
Right.
Okay. So I was listening to a different podcast a little while ago, and they were having this discussion. And two of the guys that was a part of that podcast are fathers as well. They're not married, and I was wondering if that played a role in it. And they were saying that the kid comes first, but you're saying because of your religious beliefs and your spiritual understanding, that's why.
Yeah, because the Bible tells you to cling to your wife.
All right.
So, you cling to your wife, and then that package deal is what's going to help take care of the kid.
You better talk about it.
So essentially, even though numerically you're saying she's number one, essentially y'all side by side. So that kid is number one. Because to y'all, that kid is number one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see it.
You better talk about it. All right. So there we are with that. Hello, what's good? What's up, y'all? So boom. Good answer. I like that. Question number 2. Who is not allowed to give a drunken toast at your wedding? Because, when people start getting their liquor, they start feeling themselves. Stories start coming out. Some things you just don't want to relive in that moment. Who is a no-go when it comes to
Actually, nobody. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I got a couple. Y'all know who y'all are. Don't pick up nobody's mic at my wedding. Okay?
Really? Yeah, no, I'm good.
That's what's up. And not even because it's like scandalous, but just because I have had some really embarrassing moments that my friends have been a part of. So we don't talk about that right now. Just leave it where it's at. All right. Question number 3. What are 3 must-haves to ensure that you have a great day? Like you have to have these 3 things and your day will be good.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about that. Must-haves?
3 must-haves. What's looking like?
A prayer, and a prayer.
Oh.
I mean, and it ain't even got to be no serious prayer, but, if I'm driving or, just a little talk with God, thanking him for that day, for waking me up,
Got us a godly man up here today. I'm going to try and keep PG.
Nah, you ain't got to. Don't get it. I am godly, but,
I'm just playing because I don't, because I know you. We friends for life, so you're going to get it wrong.
That's what I like. Yeah.
It's what it is. All right. And then question number 4, what is the craziest self-realization that you have discovered in adulthood? Something you realize about yourself, like, damn, okay, this is...
That I'm really shy, bro. Like,
Slow blink.
That's about the only thing I can really say.
That you really shy.
Me. Seriously. Like, because
Okay.
you know me, right? So growing up singing, as a kid, childhood, you're gonna be shy, right? That's just normal because you're a kid. So adulthood, you would think like that would go away at some point.
Right.
But no, like that's really me.
Still you.
Right, for real.
Okay. I'll give you that, I guess. Because I get it. I'm shy too. People will be like, no, you're not, but I am. I really am.
Man, listen.
All right. So, boom. Excuse me, come again. It wasn't so bad, right? It wasn't too crazy. All right. So I read it too.
I thought you were going to have some juicy ones, like something that really said.
Nothing too crazy. Right. You know why, though? Because I would get those, I would ask people stuff, and they would not answer me for real. Like, they would get camera shy, or they feel like certain people are watching so they can't say this. So I was like, let me just stay away from that unless I know for sure that they're not going to have a problem with it. Otherwise, I just come, I ask my followers and my listeners to shoot me questions that I can ask. So I just be picking random ones from it. So.
Gotcha.
All right. So today's conversation, Wife Me, we're talking about the road to marriage, basically, that commitment, relationship goals, what that looks like, what makes you wifey, husband material. And we're going to have that dialogue with Mr. Sheldon here because, again, we've had this conversation many times before, and I want to bring it to you guys. It's actually a pretty good conversation, you know. Prior to you coming on, we talked about the dating pool being fucking trash.
How?
You don't watch
You
my
mean
show?
in this area?
In every area in life. Like our generation is not really good with this whole dating thing. There's so many mixed views on it. These men are trash. These women are trash. We talked about the ghosting stuff. We talked about the breadcrumbing, just leaving people alone for no damn reason. We talked about the cushioning where you got a situation, but you dealing with somebody over here, but you keeping them here until this is secured. And then once it's done, forget what's happening over here. Like all of this shit is trash and it's happening all the time. Is it just me? Oh, okay. So we talked about that. We talked about male relationships because there's like a taboo about men having solid, strong friendships. Do you hug your friends, guys?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's weird to cry in front of them?
Nah.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about that and the taboo and the stigma behind more so Black men being able to freely express love and gratitude within their friendships and feeling vulnerable with their friends and things like that. So that was good in those relationship aspects. What else we talked about? And just women feel, and it's so funny that we're about to talk about this, women feeling like they're a good catch and they just out here because what's wrong with me? I gave this situation that I call the paper plate theory, where men will have fine china on a silver platter. She's everything, the table, the house, the car that drove into the garage. Yet and still they go for utensils that come from Dollar Tree, paper plates, styrofoam cups, because it's easy, it's accessible, it's, you know, nice colors, you ain't got to spend a lot of money on them, you know. So I came up with that because, you know, my girl Jasmine Sullivan, shout out to her, let us know that hoes is winning. So we talked about that. Really? Instagram age got these hoes winning. So
well, I beg to differ with that.
Ooh,
so
we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. So then that leads us to here, talking about this road. Since you just disagreeing that the dating pool ain't trash and that is so it's good men out here. That's what it's good men and good women.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get into it. So first on the docket, because I feel like we in court. First thing we're gonna go get right into it. Oh, no, gotta pull up my notes. I'm sorry, guys. You know I got these right here. I feel like yours that I sent you is a little more structured. All right. Mindset behind Valentine's Day. How do you feel about it? Is it important? Do you need to do it? Are you not showing love 365? Like, are you a big Valentine's Day person?
I'm not, as far as receiving.
Okay.
But when it comes to it, I guess it just depends on what works for the relationship. Like society, as they do with everything, creates this day. And so it's like, okay, within your relationship, do we have to stick to this day?
Okay.
Or like you said, 365. Am I showing it so much throughout the year that this day don't even really matter?
Right.
What works for your relationship?
So I mean, it depends on the relationship. So you're not too big on, you ain't got to give me nothing. But if it's something that Shorty expresses to you that she would like to indulge, then
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See? All right, we're going to get to that in a minute.
Sacrifice and compromise. Y'all going to hear me say that a lot.
All right, we're going to talk about it. So Valentine's Day is a thing if that's what Shorty wants. So if she says, I don't really care about Valentine's Day, you ain't got to do nothing for me, are you believing that and just not doing that?
See, that's the problem with y'all. That's the problem with y'all women, bro. Like, y'all want to pull these little stunts and like, I'm going to see if he going to do something. Like, bro, like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Like, don't say, oh, I don't really care. But in the back of your head, I don't get you nothing. You have a whole attitude because I ain't get you no card. Like, really?
About to throw you the ball and see what you do with it. You know,
Man,
that's how that goes.
that is
no?
not what that is.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's foolishness. We're too grown for that.
He said that's foolishness. Okay, foolishness. All right, so let's dive right into it because I just have that question because you know Valentine's Day just passed and everything. Everybody was making such a big deal about it. Shout out to my girls. I had Galentine's weekend. We did a brunch. We hung out. We played games. We got drunk. We talked about these ain't shit men, and it was a great day. Shout out to y'all.
And that was a great day because you talked about age.
It was a great day because I felt good. I was with my friends. I was eating food. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking a little bit. You know, was able to get the frustration off because all right.
So you just gonna really
generalize? Yes.
Okay.
Because that has been my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you think back to just in adulthood, when you got to a place where you were like, okay, I'm ready to be intentional about my dating or be intentional about how I'm moving. The women that you were coming in contact with, was it trash or just not right in the moment?
They hadn't matured.
So they was trash.
I wouldn't call it trash.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
Nice.
Y'all
trash.
Being nice. Nah, man. Listen, because for me, as with anybody, we all got a past, right?
Facts.
So with that past, you one or two things, you either gonna grow or you're gonna stay there. So if you've grown from that, I'm not gonna still put you in your past. I'm not gonna call you trash. Like I feel like we all, you know.
I guess. we gonna. I guess.
Y'all trash. As told by Nick, y'all trash.
All y'all, except for me.
Wow.
I am creme de la creme. Okay. So the whole reason this conversation came about was because you actually posed a question for me. And I want you to let the people know what that question was. And we're gonna talk about it. Again, ladies, I need y'all to check in because this question is actually for us.
Yeah, I need some feedback on this one.
Let's get it.
So the $1 million question was, what makes a woman feel like just because she's a woman, she's supposed to be married?
Mm-hmm.
Or she deserves a ring? Mm-hmm. Or because she's been in a relationship with this guy for, let's say, a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, over time, you feel like, why he ain't got me no ring yet?
Mm-hmm.
Do you deserve a ring?
Are you deserving? That's what you asking. We have this mindset or this fantasy that we just supposed to be married, but are we deserving? So, ladies, because I see y'all. I see some folks that are married in here. Chime in, let me know. I see some folks that are in committed relationships. What's up? Why do y'all deserve to be married? And while I'm waiting on that feedback from my ladies, I'm going to pose a question to the guys as well. What makes wife material? What make y'all feel like she the one? This is what I'm looking for. I'm about to wife her. And while y'all are getting back to me, I'm gonna go ahead and have this dialogue with Sheldon. So for me personally, I asked you earlier about your self-realization. I came into a self-realization as you know, I was trying to get back out there on the dating scene and figure things out. That I feel like, you know, maybe I'm not really at the place right now where I'm deserving of a ring or marriage. Don't do that. Don't do that. But it's more so.
Woo. Fellas, that's one up for us. We got one woman to admit it.
Oh my God. It really was coming from a place of self-evolvement though. I was looking at where I come from, where I'd come from. Most people know, you know, I was in a seriously committed relationship for years. I was engaged, thought everything was what. And then that relationship ended. So I started to put the pieces back together of who is Nay? What is she looking for? What does she have to offer? What is she doing with her life? What is she doing with herself? And it wasn't until maybe like a couple months, I won't even say a couple months, last year sometime, I was in a funk about some stuff. And that's when I realized, like, girl, you're not ready to be nobody's wife right now. You got a lot of stuff going on. And although I'm educated, I'm a beautiful woman. I have a very strong family background and support. I got my shit together. Got my own shit. You know, you ain't gotta do nothing for me. that
nothing
doesn't make you wife material
at all.
And I realize that because I have all of that and I'm still single. I'm still single. So that don't mean nothing to you guys. There's other stuff that comes along with that. And when I was having that dialogue with my homegirl, a couple of people pointed out, like, okay, we're so quick to talk about the great things about us, what we got to offer, who we are as people. But what about the flaws? What are you lacking? What could you be better at? And I was like, oh, okay.
And that's the problem with Black relationships.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. My boy said that's the problem with Black relationships. All right. So talk about it. Why is that the problem? I mean, both parts? Or are you saying because of
no, just on both parts.
Oh,
okay,
like okay.
I think like people, they go into a situation wanting to highlight their attributes and their greatnesses and not highlight what's your flaw. Let me see if I can deal with that flaw. So what happens is you start talking to this person, and in the beginning, we know it's like the honeymoon stage. It's like, oh my God, everything peaches and cream, everything is so great. About a year or two down the line, once everybody get comfortable and familiar with each other, you start to see true colors. Well, why not just bring those out in the beginning?
Right.
And so that has to do with people being fearful about their flaws, or they don't want to be vulnerable enough to basically say, hey, this is a problem I have.
Right.
Y'all rather get somebody involved with y'all, and then after y'all done been together so long, you want to display this flaw, and it's like, God dang, like, how you know I want to deal with that?
Right.
Like, you should have gave me that option in the beginning.
They're really
because, and they feel like because they have that flaw, they can't get nobody. But trust me, like, there's somebody for that flaw.
Right. Agree. There's definitely somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 married people right now, both men and women. Hey, I need y'all to answer this question. For my ladies, what and why were you deserving of that ring that you got? And for my fellas, what made you propose to her? What did she possess? What did she show? What did she do that made you feel like, okay, this is the one, I'm going ahead and wipe her up? I need some feedback. So one person said, I feel that because some of these women are not worthy, just like women want men of substance, men with ambition and priorities, goals, also want women with something to offer as well. I can dig it. I
like that. I like that.
Someone else says, show me the real you and let me make a decision rather than show me part of you and then show me the real you once I'm ready to commit. And that goes both ways. And that's from a married man. Okay, talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. So it's not even really about what we have more than who we are.
You ever ask yourself, you see the girl that was prom queen in high school, she's just beautiful, got the perfect shape, but still single. And then the girl that's not so attractive that people say, "Ooh, she ugly," but she married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dang. If she can be married, why I ain't married?
Right.
It's like this. You got a cake and you got icing. A lot of women, or I ain't even gonna say women and men, want to offer you that icing, but leave out the cake. I need the cake. I need substance.
Oh, okay.
That icing is beautiful. It tastes good.
That's a good.
But if I was to eat the icing by itself, if I eat too much of it, guess what? I'm gonna get sick. Even with the cake, if I eat too much of it, I'm gonna get sick. But that cake has substance. So.
Okay. So let me just rephrase though and put that disclaimer out there. I'm not saying that I don't have substance. It's not what I'm saying. That I'm not ready to be going. But what comes along with that, because we are talking about the fact that it's not just about what you have to offer, but who you are as a person. My past relationships really fucked me up. They really did a number on me. And I can admit that now. I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for a while. Good. And just kind of like bringing some stuff to the surface just about me as a person, the damage that has been done, how I react to certain stuff, you know, I got a little trauma. I got a little past hurt. I got a lot of little things that may not be the best to deal with. And I don't want to take that into a situation where I feel like, okay, this man is healthy, emotionally available, you know, got this good situation going, and I'm a whole mess. And he like, what the fuck did I sign up for? So when I say right now, it's not because I'm still sorting through some stuff. Now, I am thebomb.com. Great catch. But
so what you trying to you doing yourself?
Am I yes. Because I was told that in 2021 they're choosing.
Oh, so
I'm getting myself
I ain't
together.
read it, but just so y'all know, you know, I am thebomb.com. Like,
I'm getting myself together right now.
So y'all single fellas out there,
you know,
be on the lookout for Nate. Looking for that ring.
All right. And see, and no, because everybody always like, oh, do you go into dating one in the ring? Are you going into dating with the mindset that gotta marry you? No.
Why not?
I mean, my goal and my mindset is I want to be married. Yes, that's the end goal, but not I'm just meeting you and I'm just like, oh yeah, so I need you to focus on marrying me. No, because we both need to figure out if we are deserving of that marriage. Because I feel like that go both ways, man and woman. So it's like I'm all for the whole dating and figuring things out phase. As long as it's honest and open communication in that process. And I feel like that's where a lot of people are lacking. Y'all not being real about where you are, what you're looking for, and what you're trying to do. Stop messing over these good women because you're not really ready.
But see, the thing with, like you said, it's one thing to say where you are, but your actions will line up with it. So, prime example, if you're at this stage in your life where you're wanting to be married, you're looking for that guy to marry you, well, don't you think you should carry yourself that way?
Facts.
Like you can't say I want to be married or I'm looking for the guy to marry me, but you out here, you know, living that single life.
For the streets.
Yes, you are single.
I'm for the streets. I'm just
like for street.
Let me stop saying that because people really be taking me serious.
Like, dang, like bro, like let's get him.
Oh my God.
Keep it up now. But no, like seriously, like yeah, you're single. But again, I'm going back to my beliefs. The Bible says a man that findeth a wife.
Hello.
So in order for me to find you, I got to see it.
Facts.
So if I'm at the club and you doing single female stuff, I ain't gonna say, you know. And that's another thing that bothers. Why y'all get mad when a dude trying to hit on y'all at the club?
What you mean? What's hitting on?
Now, you know, okay, you wouldn't tell it. You was in Tallahassee now.
Hey, shout out to FAMU.
So you at the Moon Wednesday night.
Been there.
After the club,
done that.
A lot of niggas trying to hit at you, right?
Okay.
Y'all get mad, like,
no,
because you know, ultimately he trying to take you home, but he's doing that because what he just saw in the club.
What we get mad at is
them grabbing on you.
Why you putting your
I gotta get your attention.
No, excuse me, miss.
Y'all don't respond to that because y'all say that's too weak.
Y'all be wanting to grab and pull, and then y'all be slapping booty. But here's my thing too that men have to get. Just because a woman is dressing provocatively, maybe she in the club with her girls, drinking, she dancing, she having a good time. That does not mean that she wants to go home and be somebody's.
But again, it's what you're showing me.
Is that what I'm showing you, or am I showing you that I'm having a good time with my friends?
If you in the club,
yes,
dress provocatively,
okay,
and you twerking,
myself,
you twerking, you
and
dancing,
I like to dance.
See, you talking about now?
I'm talking about then too.
Man, listen. You got on this short dress, your dress coming up, you don't care. Now I ain't saying you.
Right. I was about to say this conversation is a little different because I was not that girl. I've never been that girl, but I've seen it. And I just honestly feel like even for the women that was that girl, my mom always taught me, look but don't touch. Like, I'm not your property. I don't belong to you. Don't put your hands on me. I don't care if my whole ass is out. It's mine. Don't touch me.
That's true. But I just feel like you showing me something other than what you say you.
I can agree with that.
So that's all.
And I feel like, if you say that or you verbalize that, then cool, we can have a dialogue where I say no and you get upset. But don't be grabbing and pulling and smacking and, what I'm saying? Because then now I just look a little different. Different. And now, see, I was that girl that I'm finna try to fight you back. So, and I dare you to do something because now I'm finna call my brothers and they're on the way. And it's 6 of them. So, all right. I will say this. My wife was everything I needed in a woman. She had a heart for God, which was a top priority for me. But she also showed me all of her in the friendship stage. She showed me that someone else could love me how I loved others, which I had never experienced. She also shares very frequently that she wrote a list to God about everything she wanted in a man. And God answered her prayers when we met because I had everything on the list she wrote about.
Bam.
Yes.
See that, and that
sound like the letter that Sierra had. I need to talk to your wife.
That's what we missed too.
What?
The friendship stage.
Definitely need a friendship stage. That's hard to do. You feel like it's okay to go backwards? Like, say you jump straight into dating, and then the dating situation didn't really work the way that y'all needed to, so y'all try to backpedal into being genuine friends. Is it possible? Should you just let it die? Like, what's that look like?
It's possible as long as the two individuals can keep their feelings out of it. Mm-hmm. And if you notice with friendship, it's never feelings.
Okay.
Because in the friendship stage, you feel like there's no commitment.
Right.
There's no expectation.
And that's the word, expectation.
So we cool. So it depends on the individuals. Like, can I keep my feelings out of it? Give me
your glass. Somebody said that sounds rapey. Yes, because that's how they was in Tallahassee.
Oh, in Tallahassee, yeah.
Freaking not pedophiles, but them two just crazy. And that kind of goes into exactly what I wanted. You sent me, and I saw it anyway. Miss I can't think of her name right now. B. Simone. People was going in on her about the post that she made. That whole manifestation thing and being what you want. You mentioned that too. Being what you want to attract. And we're gonna talk about that too. Normally it don't work like that if y'all already slept together. Going backwards is hard.
And I was about to make that statement. It depends on what lines you cross.
Facts.
Because this flesh, man.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing to battle. You got to be a real trooper, to fight with your flesh.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you cross that intercourse, but I mean, it's worth to try. If you feel like there could be something with that person, it's worth to try. Right. Let's back up. And let's try to be friends.
Let's figure this out. Yeah, I agree. To a certain extent. We're gonna let what's happening. Because when you start telling me that never mind. Okay. So.
That like he's sleeping with somebody else or something. I mean,
now we can't be friends.
But why not?
Because boy, fuck you and her.
No, see, that's what I was talking about. Keep your feelings out of it. Like, listen,
that's
honestly,
really hard to do.
But honestly, for a man, like y'all wonder what is it that we need, and I feel, and I'm not gonna speak for every man. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna do the Steve Harvey.
Right.
I'm speaking for me, and I'm pretty sure I can get some guys to agree. When I can be vulnerable with you, like, listen, society has already taught us as men that we got to be tough. Mm-hmm. Now, as a black man, come on, man. Like,
I'll give you that.
As a black man in America, you cannot show a sign of weakness. Mm-hmm. So when I get with that woman that I can be vulnerable with and show weakness to, and I know she's not going to, throw it in my face or make me feel, some type of way about it. Like, for me, that's a positive step. Because as black men, we need it.
Right.
We need it. We deal with so much in the outside world. And then to come home and I still got to be strong.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
I feel you on that. Now, I feel you on that.
Like, just like y'all like to let y'all hair down, like we like to drop this toughness at some point in time and just, relax.
I can dig it. So do you manifest your wife? Do you have because fellas are always teasing the women about this list that we have, but do fellas have a list? Do you have like a list of qualifications or things? Because you didn't really, you did answer about what is wife material, but for you, like the complete package, like what else comes along with it?
See, and what you talking about? Physical attributes, right?
So that plus, yes, I'm asking you, do you have physical attributes that you more so look for? Because you already said the substance piece and what that type, what you're looking for. So, because then we moving right into why people try to act like attraction and sex is not important when it comes to finding out who the person hey, we're gonna talk about it because y'all stupid.
Yeah.
So for you, you know what I'm saying?
It's very important.
What that look like?
I mean, every man has a list or an ideal woman that we're attracted to. Like for me, I'm attracted to like the athletic build, But as far as a list, I did have a list.
Okay.
But when I learned that list doesn't help me at all, I threw that list away. Because you can have all these things that you want and then not be what you need.
That's facts.
And you can have all these things and you get that and you be like, that's what came with that?
Right.
Like, you ever hear guys talk about they had sex with this girl, she had the nice body, she had the big booty, and it was trash.
That go both ways.
Like, that make you mad. Like, dang, she
Why
fine.
you gotta test drive a car before you take it off the lot? You don't believe that either? Oh, man.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I've done it.
We all have.
The Bible tells us not to.
We're all adults. This is a safe space.
Right. But I've done it. Hey, I need to see what this about. So.
Exactly. Women act like men are robots. Men need to be heard and loved on as well. I can definitely agree with that. Somebody's this nigga here. Honesty and a strong throat. Get out of here.
That's what he needs, though. Give him what he needs.
Get out of here.
No. And see, that's the problem right there, too. Y'all want to dismiss something like that. And it's like, that's what that man needs. If that's what he needs.
Oh my God.
But check this out. I guarantee you, if you gave him that, it's going to bring out the best in him because that's what he needs.
I guess. Okay.
Give me what I need so because it brings out the best.
Okay. That's hilarious.
I like that. Keeping it real.
Right. He always does. Shout out to Slick. I think people were mad at B. Simone because she sometimes be on this mean girl streak and she don't got a man, right? He said fags. We're not doing that. Okay, short say my list worked though. I'm here for it. I got my list because I'm a spiritual person as well. And I'm proud of my list. Because I do have a list and I have, things that I want and things that I feel will bring out the best in me. But I also am aware that, like you said, things that you may want necessarily may not be what you need. So I tell God to kind of, whatever is missing here, add it to this or whatever needs to go, then, that's cool too. So when I have my list, it's interchangeable. My list is not concrete. This isn't, you got to have all of these things on my list and that's what's going to make you my husband. No, it's like, please have some of this stuff because I need this. But if some are missing and others are added, the guy is in the midst. I'm cool on
and I'm not opposed to the list. As I said earlier, it's what works for you. If you got a list and you pray over that list, prayer being the key.
Right.
Because essentially, God gonna look at that list that you got. And though there may be some things that you want, and he may give you some of it, but he may take some stuff out because he knows what you need.
Right.
So,
Right. Shout out to the Black Love in the comments because his girlfriend is in here and she said he do be on his best. Well, all right.
See? Give him what he wants.
Well, all right. I'm here for it. Make it do what it do. I'm not mad at it. Not at all.
And get this. No perfect relationship happens overnight.
True.
It's built.
This is true.
Like people think like you say with this list, this magical person gonna walk in your life and it's gonna be gravy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not.
Hey, if that happens to y'all, fucking run. fucking run.
Preach.
Because it's going to hit them.
Man, listen.
So that ties directly into what we about to talk about next. 2 parts to that. Is the one a real thing? And why do people switch up when either they feel like the ring is coming, they got the ring, I got her, I got him. What?
In it for the wrong reason.
Where is the disconnect?
In it for the wrong reason.
You think in it for the wrong reasons, and that's why the switch up happened. They wasn't really there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can. Do you believe in like that people self-sabotage? Like shit feel good, shit feel real. It's like, oh my God, this is actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
Abort mission.
Mm-hmm.
So even just for the sense of maybe they feel like they're going to fuck it up in the long run, so let me just get out now.
Mm-hmm.
That is so selfish.
They put a wall up, all that stuff.
That is so selfish.
Because it seems too real. And it's like,
right.
Listen, you asked for it. You don't.
That
so
part.
If you ask for it, you don't think God can give it to you?
Prepared.
Yeah. So
be prepared. Okay. So is the one a real thing?
Yes.
I feel like there is. So is there only like the one, or can it be, oh, maybe this was the one at the time and then something changed, so now it's not the one anymore? Do you believe in the one that got away and now anybody else that you're with after you're settling? How does your mindset work around the one?
The one. I feel well.
Said preach, bro. Y'all giving him too much.
I do feel like the one is a thing.
Okay.
But I also feel like you could have missed out on the one.
Okay.
And if you know anything about blessings, when God blesses you, he blesses you without repentance, meaning he's not going to bless you and then take it away.
Mm-hmm.
So if the person that's right for you that you're supposed to have,
mm-hmm.
he could put that in multiple people.
Right.
Now, I do not believe in you have the one and then you back out and say, oh, no, this one was the one.
Mm.
I'm sorry. This is just, I'll share a personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything going smooth. So then as the road starts to get rocky, this other person steps into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had no idea who this other person was, but when the person stepped into the picture, it was like, God dang, like everything was perfect. The physical attributes, even at the time, the mental attributes, I'm like, ugh. So it put me on this roller coaster, like, man, like, what's going on? Am I in the wrong space? But then I had to go back to my foundation.
Mm-hmm.
God is not a God of confusion. So he's not going to put a woman in your life and then bring another woman to confuse you on where you're supposed to be. Because if that second woman was the one I was supposed to be with, he would send her first.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, like you say, we get into these situations when the road get rough, we want to abort mission, or we want to try to find a way out, or start doubting ourselves on if this is the one. But just because the road is rough don't mean it can't be smoothed out. You just got to work on it. You better talk
about it.
You just got to work on it.
If she's worth it, fucking fight.
Man,
because something happens doesn't mean abort mission.
It doesn't. And we get so caught up on the flaws, not knowing that the right person, and I hate this thing that, people feel like, oh, whoever I marry, whoever I get with, they just got to accept me for who I am.
Yeah, no.
Nah, that shit ain't true. Like, I want the person that's gonna make me work to improve my flaw. Okay. Now, I may never get it to 100%, but if I'm working every day to make it better, that's the person I want to be with.
Hello. So, I like that. Okay, talk about it. About the sabotaging. Yep, because I do that. My current relationship has forced me to grow in that aspect, but it's tough. Just comes from being let down. I can definitely understand that. How long does it take to know that they're the one? It's coming from one of my guys.
Bruh.
Time frames. People get caught up on time frames. But talk about it, because I feel like there is no time frame. Sometimes it takes a while. Other times you can know rather quickly. And I feel like that scares some people too. Like when everything is lining up the way, and you feel like, dang, this person might be the one, and you're like, but I only been dating them for a year, or I've only been dating them for 8 months. And I know people that have dated for 6 months and gotten engaged because they know and they're strong in that sense. So for you, time frames, like, how long does it take to know that they're the one?
Bruh, to honestly answer that question, like it depends on you as an individual. And again, I'm not pushing religion on nobody. I'm not pushing spirituality on nobody, because I battle with that. Even having a spiritual background, a lot of times I question, like, God, is this you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and sometimes I just say flat out, like, yeah, like, listen, hey, and see, I talk to God like this, hey, nigga.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a concrete sign.
Yep.
And so to answer that question,
talk to me.
You will feel it within.
Yeah.
And even if you feel like you're making the wrong mistake, or you're making a mistake, and you make that move that you're feeling, and then stuff goes sour after that, trust me, there was something in that you needed that's going to help you grow so that he can eventually send you the person you're supposed to have.
All right. You better talk, and I'll drink to that. Okay, Lord, I see what you're doing. Why you brought this young man on my show tonight? Look at the Lord working.
Yeah.
Okay, confirmation. I'm receiving. Okay. That was good. I enjoyed that. I don't think the one is the thing. I think any two people with the same intentions that want to be together will do what it takes to be together. If you're willing, it will work.
And guess what? That's the one.
I was just about to say that, and then that's the one. Because it's not a feeling.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Some people do have that deep connection. They're like, oh man, I can feel it. But others is like, I've had so many situations where I've been let down, or so many back and forth. They just wasn't right and couldn't get it together. But this person is bringing the best out of me. I want to fight for it. They want to fight for it. It's doing what it needs to do. That's your person.
Mm-hmm.
That is your person. I think you're right. However, once you find that person that's willing to work, okay, so you just reiterated, partner with you, you have found the one. Big facts. Okay. So we kind of skated past the whole does sex matter? But I'm going to double back to that because, again, people try to act like it's not a real thing.
Yeah.
Is that a conversation that needs to be had? Like, I feel like a lot of things happen where men are more, in most cases, it's the man that is more ready for intimacy and sexual, and then women are the ones that are more on the having the hard time of keeping up. Like, men tend to have a higher sex drive than the woman. And sometimes it's the other way around. But you hear that common complaint from a lot of men, like maybe in the beginning it was all the time and now it's not, or it's not what it was, something changed, you're not feeling it no more. Like, what's that dialogue like though? Like if it's somebody who you're actually, what does that fight look like?
What's that fight look like?
Well, when I was saying, when you find that person you're willing to fight for and they're willing to fight for you.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating in the beginning. Because you don't know how to fight it. Mm-hmm. Because as a man, you're going off of what it used to be. So when things start to change, a lot of stuff start going through your head. Like, okay, is it me? Mm-hmm. Is she sleeping with somebody else? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing or understanding that, our bodies don't go through as many changes as a woman.
Facts.
So,
especially after you done kicked out a kid.
Yeah, so at different stages of a woman's life, y'all bodies start to change. It's like, we have to we have to adjust to that. And it's like
okay.
But, we just be ready to go. I mean, it goes back to even, I hate to bring this up, but the whole cheating thing. Mm-hmm. When a man cheats, we cheating to have fun. It's a feeling for us, mm-hmm. A physical feeling. Mm-hmm. For y'all, it's mental. So that's why, I know it's a double standard, yes. But when a man cheat, a woman can forgive him 70 times 7.
Facts.
But when a woman cheat,
it's over.
We nut up. Because we know it wasn't just a physical feeling for her. It was like she's really into this guy. Like, and that's what bothers us because we feel like he got that.
Yeah, I can agree with that to a certain extent.
Yeah, you might have some women who can,
maneuver through and everything. Yeah. For them, it just be
it'd be a tooted booted in her mouth. But
got my man at the crib. I think most men cheat because they're not with the woman they truly initially wanted. I could believe that in some instances, but in other ones, it's more so I think it's because she's not giving them what they need in that moment.
I
so
disagree.
They just be out here.
Men don't cheat.
Huh? You have to explain that one.
Think about what I just said. If he's married or in a committed relationship, a man ain't gonna cheat.
Okay. I see what you did there. Real man, real grown man, his shit. Okay, I can agree with that. A little boy would know. A young man, a young male.
Yeah. Listen, I had the craziest conversation with a gay cousin of mine. Right? It was crazy. I don't even know how we got on this, but he started explaining to me. He's gay, right? But he doesn't want to have the gender change, right? So he called himself a lady boy.
Not a lady boy.
Now he a grown man now.
A lady boy.
So he called himself a lady boy. I'm like, I said, "Cuz, what the hell is a lady boy?" And when he said this, I'm telling you, Nate, I was spooked for a minute.
Change your perspective on some things.
He said, "Cuz, you a man. You a real man. You a man. You only love women. You are a man." He said, "I'm a boy." He said, "Yes, my age says I'm a man, but I stopped at a boy. Because if I was a man, I wouldn't be doing the stuff I'm doing now." I said, "Shit.
That's deep, though. That's real."
So he was like, "That's why I call myself a lady boy." He said, "My mental stopped at a boy. Because a man ain't going to be doing it."
I think there's a lot of guys that don't even realize that they're boys. Like, your age does not make you a man. I think it's your mindset and your experiences and how you live out the way that you live your life. Because there are a lot of guys, even 40s, 50s. I've had this dialogue with even older women, and they go through the same stuff with the cheating and the lying and not being sure about what they want, the misleading stuff. It doesn't stop
it's
once you get a certain age. It's your mental.
It's the
for
mental.
Sure.
It's definitely the mental. And it's like, it ain't even throwing shade at the guys that are doing it. Like, I ain't trying to say, you're immature or it is what it is. Like, your mental has not matured to the point where you can stick it out and say, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to do that. Right. And I'm guilty of it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not excusing myself.
Right. You just have to grow as a person.
Amen.
I can dig it. Women that can't suck dick is childish. First of all,
now it's a difference.
You're right, because you reaching now. Damn.
Nah, there's a difference between a woman that can't suck dick and a woman that ain't willing to suck
or
dick.
just don't know how. Teach her. Maybe there are women that have been in relationships or situationships with guys that they don't care about that. So she never learned the proper way.
And music Soul Child said it best. Teach me how to love. And that's what, especially in our culture, we don't want to do that.
I hate him so much.
We don't want to teach the person how to love.
Right. And I think that's so important. That's a good point.
And if you really love, if the person really loves you, they'll listen and adhere to everything you need.
Facts. A word. So I want to get into this real quick since we're on the topic of cheating. I put a poll out maybe like 2 weeks ago. I asked the question, is flirting, cheating, and unacceptable when in a relationship?
Hell yeah.
And the answers were either hell yeah or it's harmless.
How?
And I had 71% said hell yeah, it's cheating.
Thank you.
And 29% said that.
Can you break that down and
harmless.
see? Can you break the 71
I'm
down?
not gonna do it.
I want to see what the percentage is of
but
men
let me
to
tell
women.
you, it was more women that said it's harmless than men.
I bet.
But here's my take on it. I don't feel like flirting is cheating
shit.
when it's not when it's not malicious. So I'm a very hear me out. I am a very fun person. I have a bubbly personality. I'm very social. I'm a social butterfly. I talk with my hands. I'm very, touchy-feely. And some people will interpret that as I'm flirting with
That's
them.
different though. If you are intentionally flirting.
That's what I said. If it's not malicious. So I can do something and my man be like, you flirting. And I'm like, no, that wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. And that's why it's important to try to build a friendship, because if you knew how she was as a woman, you would know that's not flirting.
Real. That's real.
So, but if it's intentional, yes, it's cheating.
Yeah. Even if it's not like, so you're against the whole, you know how people be like, oh, they got a work bay? You're against work bay.
Hell yeah. Okay. I got your work bay.
Oh my God, work bay is not good. So
tell your work bay to come pay these bills.
Ooh, so work bay can't buy lunch for real bay, even if she bring you some?
What? Fuck.
Oh my God. Let's define flirting. So, okay. For me, I think that a little harmless flirting. I feel like
there's no such thing as harmless flirting if you're in a relationship.
Flirting can be harmless. So you're someone that performs and stuff, right?
Yes.
I think because it depends. Great question, because I feel like it depends on your definition of flirting. As a performer, as someone who has a lot of people that are, in your face because they enjoy your craft. There may be some women that are like, oh my God, Sheldon. And it's like, it'd be a little extra. And you're being friendly back. Would you consider that as flirting, or just kind of
what did you just say at the beginning? What did you say? I'm a what?
You're an entertainer.
Exactly. I'm entertaining.
Right.
It's
so
a job.
That's what I'm saying. So in that
your job ain't the flirt.
Oh. Shut me up, baby.
I'm in it. So and I've gotten that too. I've dated females that could get a little jealous because of what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm singing, but it's a performance.
Mm-hmm.
When I step off that stage,
that's it.
I'm Sheldon.
That's it. Okay.
Doing that hour and a half, 2 hours, like when I was performing Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that I had to do.
Right.
That would come off as me flirting or,
part of the performance.
But when that show over, I go back to being Sheldon.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm at a place in my life right now where I'm single. But I am I will keep saying I just need y'all to know. But I'm in a place where I definitely am doing the whole influencer thing. Like, I have my podcast, I'm an author, I've been doing different speaking engagements, hosting different events and things like that. And I do entertain the idea of I sell a bit of a fantasy, like people kind of converse or ask questions, or I feel like they flirt. And I may laugh, or I may, it's not like a complete, but I can do that because I'm single. I can, but what
can't.
You're saying is,
but you can't. And see, that's the wrong idea.
Why?
Single women.
If a nigga trying to holler at you entertaining, it's flirting.
Single women got this idea that I can do single women stuff. And
until I get into a situation. No.
Oh, listen, okay. Again, the Bible says a man that finds. Not so it doesn't mean you start being a wife or you turn your ways once you get into the relationship.
Right.
You do it before.
But that's in my situation. But if I'm working, I am entertaining. No.
Your job does not require you to flirt.
Shake hands and smile.
That's not flirting. We see they trying to. See,
this is hard because he knows me in
you
real
trying to play
life.
this gray area. Nah. That ain't flirting.
Oh my God. I'm lost too, Nate. I'm lost.
Yeah, you probably would be lost, whoever you. Because you agree with
You're
Nate.
a boss, little sister. Yes, I am. Hello, I'm out here making moves and making waves. Okay, that is hilarious. All right, well, see how quick that went? It's 9:00. So we are going to go ahead.
Now we got to take this in the next month. Because I want to.
I'm definitely going to have to bring you back. This was great dialogue. Definitely appreciate you coming through. Thanks for everybody that was commenting and keeping the comments jumping, asking questions, all of that great stuff. You made this speed along as well. This was great. I'm glad to have ended February relationships.
Nah, we ain't ending it. We're going to keep it moving.
I don't agree with Sheldon.
What?
That's
as far as
right.
What? As far as what?
The flirting thing.
Whoever that is.
Gray area with that.
No, it's not. If you in a committed relationship, there's no reason for you to be flirting.
But when you're single, that's different.
We're not talking about if you're single.
But I'm single. That's what we were talking about.
No, you said, is flirting wrong in a relationship?
That part, yes. I'm saying, as for me, because you were saying, okay, no, if you're trying to be somebody's wife, then you can't flirt or whatever.
Well, no. If you're trying to be somebody's wife and you see somebody, of course you're gonna have to do something to kind of get their attention.
I need to turn my notifications on for this show. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
This is a to be continued.
This
man.
is.
We got
we're gonna have
like
to do a part 2 for this.
Man, this thing is crazy.
For sure.
But hey, one thing I do want to recommend before we go.
Yes.
For couples, go to counseling.
I agree.
Like our culture has I don't know, like put this dark light on counseling or therapy for relationship. Like I highly recommend, going to counseling and getting a third party who don't know either party,
right,
to help bridge the communication, because ultimately that's what it is, communication.
Right. And I'm not just saying that because I am a therapist.
No, go to counseling. She's a good one too, though. Y'all check out Nick.
Yes, check me out. So there's that. Another great conversation, or as told by Nay, the podcast, relationships and connections this month. But we're gonna bring this segment back. We have to do a part 2 this. It will be. You guys stay tuned for that.
Comment.
Right, because me too, because I would love to hear more of Sheldon's take on relationships. So the people want you back.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna bring you back. Thank you so much for being a part of this with me.
Thank you for
being open and honest and real and raw with it. Y'all be right back here next week for another conversation on That's Told by Nay, the podcast. Let's talk about it. And we gonna talk about it.